Can you get a quality automatic watch for under $500? As the known watch collector in my social circles, it is probably the question I get asked the most. And whether you're a seasoned collector or new to the hobby and on a budget, every collector is looking for a good deal on a quality timepiece, and are more widely available than ever before. Hi, I'm Craig, founder of Wrist Enthusiast, and today I wanted to take a look at some of my favorite automatic watches in the under $500 range. But before I get into that, if you've been enjoying my videos and would like to see more of it in the future, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Alright, let's get into it. I'm wearing a Seiko right now, but not the one I'm talking about. It's always hard to argue with the value Seiko brings to the table. When it comes to sub 500 divers, there's a lot to look for in terms of feature sets and quality, and the Seiko Prospex SRPE39 offers just about all of them. The extremely wearable turtle-style case is oversized but wears extremely well while still offering 300 meters of water resistance. The offset crown allows for easy setting of the date and time, and the rotating bezel makes timing your dives really simple. But the real draw for this watch is the fact that it comes on an incredibly comfortable bracelet with micro adjustments and its handsome and uniquely textured dial. Since the watch was developed in conjunction with the Save the Ocean campaign, each watch comes with a textured manta ray motif that is well executed and doesn't detract from the overall aesthetic. And the best part of all of it is, it can be had for around $385 if you look in the right places. Baltic is a relative newcomer to the watch industry, but has really made some positive waves both in design and popularity. The brand has some great offerings, and we'd encourage you to check out the rest of their catalog, but one of my absolute favorites is a Baltic HMS002. The classic dress watch features a number of 40s inspired aesthetic cues, and I simply love it. The indices and railway are a solid black finish against a silver dial, giving the watch superb legibility. The hands are blue, adding a nice pop of color to match with the leather strap. And against the textured crosshair dial, it's easy to see the old world influence here. The stainless steel case measures in at a perfect 38mm, making this one of the easier dress watch options for anyone looking for a modern take on vintage styling. Price for the Baltic HMS002 is $382. I have to give credit where it's due. Timex has really stepped up their game in the last 5 years. This isn't your grandparents' Timex anymore. The Timex M79 is one of the first automatic watches from the brand that has really caught on in major collector circles when it was initially released. Capitalizing on everyone's favorite Batman bezel design language, the M79 watch mixes some old and some new. The thick aluminum bezel features that classic black and blue split, while the red secondhand adds a little pop of color to aid legibility. The lume-filled Mercedes handset brings some of that classic but still timeless design language, as does the 7-link bracelet. The day and date function is outlined in white, making it pop on the glossy black dial, and the minimal text is clean and functional. Overall, it's a simple, albeit fun and valiant effort from Timex, whose bread and butter is really quartz watches. Price for the M79 is $199. Bulova is an extremely capable brand producing some of the better everyday watches on the market. One of them is the Bulova Hat, a military-inspired field watch that looks great, packs in features, and doesn't break the bank. It's a fairly traditional field watch with both 12 and 24-hour tracks that are filled with lume. It features cathedral-style hands and minimal text on the dial. The 38mm stainless steel case comes on your choice of a leather or textile strap. One of the things to pay attention to is that this is a field watch and only features 30 meters of water resistance. You can find the Bulova Hat for under $300. Wrist Enthusiast has written in the past about the Lorier Neptune, and as a publication, we really like the watch. The Neptune checks all the boxes if you're looking for a retro-inspired diver at an affordable price point. Lorier's dive watch reminds us of the vintage Rolex Submariners of the 1950s, particularly the one worn by James Bond. When looking at the Neptune, you'll notice the attention to detail as evidenced by the period-appropriate straight lugs and big crown. Being a dive watch, the Neptune is water-resistant to 200 meters. The Neptune has a slimmed-down 39mm stainless steel case and runs on the reliable Miyota 90S5 automatic movement. The Lorier Neptune 4 will set you back $499 at retail. It's no surprise that bronze watches have caught on quite well in the last few years. Bronze patinas over time and gives the watch a unique aged look that ensures that every watch will look a little different. They're especially popular in dive watches because things like salt levels and sun levels can age a case differently. One of the kings in the affordable dive watch space is Zelos, a brand I feel is doing really cool things. I'm particularly fond of the Hammerhead V3 Bronze, a watch with a cool lagoon-colored dial that works really well with the reddish-brown bronze case. The watch could be considered oversized at 44mm, but with the way the rubber wears and a large amount of lume on the dial, I find the case to work well despite its large size. Especially with the crown being at 4 o'clock, it wears really well and won't break the bank at just $449. Ever felt like you wanted to wear a rusted out old supercar on the wrist? No? Because that would be weird. But if you're looking for a watch that shares the same design inspiration and influence of motorsports of old, the Dryden Heartlander may be for you. The watch comes in many different colors and configurations, but my absolute favorite is the Autumn Rust. For some reason, its vintage look with its 38mm case really reminds me of vintage cars sitting in the garage. Dryden also prides itself on its Kansas City roots and assembles their watches in the USA. Overall, it's a fun little homage, and I really like it. Price for the Dryden Heartlander is $500. The Aegis satellite ground station is one of the coolest releases of recent years. Modeled after, well, satellite ground stations, the Aegis packs so much texture and theme into a well thought out and well executed timepiece. For starters, the dial is textured in a rhamdome style, small triangles emulating the domes that encapsulate antennas, while the second hand is literally a satellite orbiting the dial. The crown is modeled after a satellite ground station, and as a bonus, is made of actual steel from an Arctic antenna. Flipping the watch over, you'll find a nice motif of a satellite in space, with a small window to display the rotor. Very unique. Price for the Aegis satellite ground station is an easy-to-swallow $450. If you're looking for a quirky little field watch, look no further than the Boulder Venture Wayfarer. The watch is unique in that even under $500, the watch comes in titanium instead of steel, making it incredibly lightweight on the wrist. The watch comes in 3 dial variations, a white dial, black dial, and green dial. My favorite is probably the green dial. The pebbled olive green dial looks interesting and the watch looks great on the matching green NATO strap. Price for the Boulder Venture Wayfarer is a modest $339. I will finish off this list with another diver that I really like from the brand Notice. Notice is one of those brands that consistently create some really unique and robust entry-level watches. The Retrospect 3 combines a number of features usually found on much higher-end timepieces. For starters, the sunburst dial is nice enough as it is, but it is also a lume-filled sandwich dial, which means it includes layers with recessed indices. An interesting design aspect is that the bezel is slightly concaved, which pairs well with the dome crystal and gives the watch a unique dimension. Lastly, it comes on a really well-made integrated bracelet that fits with the watch nicely. Price for the Notice Retrospect 3 is $475. So that's the list of 10 of my favorite watches under $500. Do you agree with me? What would you add to the list? Let me know in the comments below. And once again, if you like this content, please make sure to like and subscribe to our channel so I can continue bringing you the content you want. And if you want to see more watches in the under 500 price range that I really like, be sure to head over to our article on wristenthusiast.com that covers 50 watches. Link is below. I'm Craig Carger. Thanks for watching.